all these mobsters that are now getting out of jail after 20 years, 25 years.
Like podcasts.
You know what they're doing? They're all doing podcasts. They have like YouTube channels and they have huge following.
Because of their stories.
So interesting.
Goes away. You killed 19 people. Cool. Go away. He puts John Gotti away.
Yeah, man.
And then he comes back. He's telling stories.
People love him.
Dude, he's one of the best storytellers I've ever heard. He was telling a story about how they got this guy, John
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, Johnny Lee, who was head of there was a war going on. One family, I think the Genovese and the Gambinos, they couldn't get to him because he was surrounded by 30 dudes. So he says, he goes in and he goes, tell him I'm a punk and I want to bring a message from Paul Castellano. So he goes into this diner and the guys are knocking him out of there, 30 guys, just, hey, tough guy. And he said, look, if you go there and you say that Paul wants to meet him and they don't believe you, they're going to take you down in that basement. They're going to torture you.
Yeah.
And you know, so it's all this stuff. Long story short, he gets the guy. And this guy, Johnny Lee, who was like the hitman's hitman. And he ran this whole crew. And if they killed him, they knew the war would be over. They'd win the war. So long story short, Sammy the Bull has to pretend he's a total, he's just like, can I get some water? I'm so nervous. I'm just trying to give you the message. You know, I just want to know he's acting this. He just wants to meet you somewhere. You pick the spot, but he wants to do it alone. They go, meet at a country club. The country club I belong to. Great. They got a van waiting. He goes, I'm going to walk. When I go by the van, I'm going to stutter step. I'm going to get like a couple inches from him. I'm going to bear hug him. Open that fucking door. I'm going to pull him in. And then hold him down and time up, drive him off. Long story short, they get him. And the fucking guy's sitting there. And he looks at him and he's like this. He goes, unbelievable. Punk, huh? You're the messenger boy, huh? You had me going. You had me going, Sammy. And he goes, hey, it is what it is. And then he goes, now he had to wait to get a call.
The okay to kill him?
And it was going to be, if he hit the side of the van once, he's let him go. Twice, I got to kill you.
Ooh.
So these guys are all killers, right? And the dude is sitting there like this. And remember, he has 50 bodies to hit this guy that he's got. And he goes like this. He goes, hey, jerk off. And Sammy goes, what? He goes, cover the back window. He goes, what do you mean? He goes, because there are a bunch of truckers here. If they look in the back window, they're going to see me tied up and they're going to call the cops. I'm not going out that way. You don't want to go out that way. Cover the back window.
Wow.
So Sammy the Bull goes,
what a gangster.
This motherfucker is telling me how to do a hit. He goes,
wow.
He goes, so Sammy the Bull goes, this
Real
guy's
gangster.
a fucking gangster.
He had respect for him.
Yeah. Now he goes, all of a sudden I'm like, what kind of a guy do I have here?
Yeah.
And then he goes like this. He goes, they start talking. And he goes, Sammy, do me a favor. In my pocket, I got pills. You got to put one under my tongue. And the guy goes, Sammy goes, why? And he goes, I got pains in my chest. It's nitroglycerin. I don't want to die by heart attack. I'm not going out like that. I look like a bitch.
Jesus
Put it under my fucking tongue.
Christ.
So Sammy goes,
And he knows these guys are like, he's going to kill him.
it gets better. Puts it under his fucking tongue like that. And he goes like that. Now, if I don't get better in 5 minutes, put another one under my tongue. You got me? You hear me? Listen to me. So Sammy's like, this motherfucker.
You got
This
it,
is
man.
fucking
He's working
crazy.
for him.
Yeah.
Then he goes like this. He looks at me and he goes, you're one of us. He goes, Cosa Nostra. And then he goes like this. He goes, I can make you a rich man. You let me go. You know that, right? And Sammy goes, I got too much respect for you right now. Don't do that. And he goes, I'm not. I was just testing you.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
He goes, I was just testing you. He goes, good. No money, right? Not all the money in the world. He goes, not all the money in the world. He goes, good boy. Then he goes like this. He gets a boom, boom. No. They hear walking, but nobody's banging on the truck. And he goes, if it's a cop, shoot that fucker. Shoot him. I want to see him die before I go.
Jesus.
Wow.
So now Sammy's like, what kind of a motherfucker do I have here?
Yeah.
What kind of a motherfucker?
Badass.
He gets the bang. Boom,
The double
boom.
tap?
He knows. He goes, you lost the decision. At this point, it's been 13 hours. He got him coffee, 13 hours.
Jesus
He
Christ.
goes,
So they're hanging out.
Yeah, he goes, I love this man. He goes, this man embodied everything about Cosa Nostra that I could ever think of. He goes, I fell in love with this guy. And I
Did he fuck him?
And he goes like this, basically. And he goes like this. He goes like this. He goes, you lost the decision, bro. I got to kill you. And he goes, can you do me a favor? And he goes, anything. And he goes, take my shoes off. I don't want them to find me with my shoes on. He goes, why? He goes, oh, I always told my wife I'd die with my shoes off, meaning I'd die at home, my shoes off. She thought I'd die like a dog in the street. And that's the way it is. She knows this life. But I told her.
Christ.
And Sammy goes, done. So he takes his shoes off for him. And then they try to drag him out. He goes, get your fucking hands off him. Get your fucking hands off him. He goes, John, you want to roll out yourself? And he goes, yeah, let me roll out myself. And he goes, He goes, and he introduces him. He goes, he's one of ours. He's a made guy. His name was Ray Alito or whatever.
Yeah.
Ray's gonna shoot you. He's gonna do the killing. So he goes, he introduces him like it's all formal.
Jesus Christ.
And he goes, do me a favor, just walk about 4 feet into the weeds, duck your head, and he's gonna kill you, just like that. And the guy goes, all right, good boy, keep your head out of trouble, and just fucking
shot him in the head.
Just took 4 steps, bent his head, boom, and then they shot him 3 more times. They found him with his shoes off.
Jesus Christ.
Bro, he tells these stories
What a
where you're
life.
just
Of
like,
course,
what a
yeah.
fucking life.
That is
and he
fucking
talks about
amazing.
getting made. He talks about the getting made.
Like the
where he
whole ceremony?
He goes, put on a white shirt, a tie, and your best suit, and meet me on this corner. Now, here's the problem with that.
You might be getting
Sometimes,
killed.
yeah. Sometimes you think you're getting made, and you're never coming back.
What an
So it's
exciting
either the
life.
best day of your life, the worst day of your life.
Exciting life, but never ends well for anybody.
They go down to they go down the basement. Paul Castellano's there, the head of the Gambino crime family, and all the other made guys. And they're all sitting there, and he goes, you know these people? And he goes, yeah. He goes, and they goes, you swear this is a secret society, we're Cosa Nostra. What finger do you pull the trigger with? He points at that. They burn the finger. They do some ritual in Italian. He says all these Italian words. Then they all hold hands, and they do some weird, like, I don't know, some talk. And he goes, now from now on, and then they go through a list of what constitutes the death penalty. If you raise your hand to a friend of ours, meaning another made guy, you die. If you introduce yourself to somebody else as a made guy to somebody who's not, that's a death penalty.
Jesus Christ.
So you have to be introduced by somebody else who's made to somebody else who's made. It's fucking
Tricky rules. It's
fascinating.
cool.
That is fucking crazy.
Dude. Well, you can see how some guys get the life
God,
is.
Well,
life and
even
death.
the head of the guy, he was the youngest head of the Hells Angels chapter. He's 22.
Wow.